Hello, in this video I will go through changes to Siegfried in the 2.02 patch. Okay, so first we have the Dark Legacy Sidehold K lethal hit, which in the 2.0 version gave this insane ring out carry combo, you can see here, with the use of the bubble. But this was deemed unintended, so instead of the rolling animation we now get a standard lethal hit animation. So the ring out carry is nerfed, but this new version allows for more damaging options with the use of critical edge, or if you are in soul charge or near walls. The only problem in general with this move is that the lethal hit is difficult to trigger outside of a guard crush in Dark Legacy. So it is at least a usable option there now, but in general it's a fairly irrelevant change. Reverse Sidehold A plus B got a couple of small buffs. Firstly, in the previous versions it used to do about 10 points less damage on a tip range hit than it did closer up. And this applied to the soul charged version as well. Now in 2.02 you always get the full damage at all ranges, which is a nice little buff to an already good move. Another small buff to soul charged reverse Sidehold A plus BD. In the 2.0 version against grounded opponents, the first hit would push the opponent quite far, making the second hit whiff most of the time. This was fixed in the new patch so that now there's no pushback and the second hit will always connect, even at tip range if the first hit hits. Basically a minor buff to Siegfried's soul charge ulti to punish rolling more heavily. Okay, the critical edge. Both the normal and the Chiefhold version were prone to whiffing against airborne opponents in certain angles and in certain situations. In 2.02 it hits far more consistently from all angles and also, for example, after the back turn Chiefhold B launch. And this is a very nice quality of life adjustment. The most significant change of the whole patch for Siegfried is actually the nerf to his soul attack. The damage was slightly lowered, but more importantly Siegfried now recovers 2 frames slower both on hit and on block. On hit this doesn't really matter too much, although it allows opponents to use RE to beat the B and the K options. But it's a bad gamble because RE can be punished for over 100 damage. On block, however, it makes a big difference because 12 framers will now stuff all of Siegfried's offensive options, making it much less desirable to just throw the soul attack out there randomly. There's still no guaranteed punish, of course, but opponents can now press buttons much more freely after blocking. The last change I will quickly mention is the change to the reverse Sidehold K, or the dreaded Hell Sweep. I was not actually aware of this, but prior to the 2.02 patch the sweep's tech crouch frames used to start 2 frames earlier than normal when in Dark Legacy. The patch now gives the earlier crouch frames also the normal version. This can make a minor difference in some matchups. For example, the sweep now ducks under I-10s after a blocked 6A transition. That's everything. Hopefully it was helpful to someone.